Yet when it comes to anxiety, we know that it comes from projecting out into the future a possibility that may happen. And that possibility is usually not one of love and joy and giving you everything that you want. It's usually a possibility of pain, suffering, hardship, and we don't feel very good around that. And so what we tend to do is we tend to shut down our life force, and we tend to smother our flame, we smother our light, and then we begin to feel sadness or powerless or vulnerable, that we are we're a victim to what is going on. And one of the things that we need to become aware of here is, we are able to create our reality. It is our personal responsibility to look at where we're at and to be able to step into some of the resistance that is there. And it can be scary. It can be really scary. And, it takes courage to allow yourself to step into it. Yet one of the things I want to point out is, when we go into the anxiety, there's usually shame and blame and justification and all these lower vibrational energies, which is causing us suffering. And if we swim in that sort of pond, then we get that sort of feelings. And as you guys know, for me, it's all about sitting in our heart and loving kindness and being in a place of goodness. Yet if you're crippled or feel paralyzed by anxiety or the fear, then to sit in that loving kindness can be quite a big leap for you. And I acknowledge that. And you're not wrong where you're at. It's just that you may have a narrative or a story that isn't giving you the best results in your life. And so what I'd like to do is help you look at your life. And even if you've got a little bit of fear or a little bit of anxiety going on in your life, I want to share this simple technique of clearing the energy and actually getting you to ask the question of yourself. One of the things for people that work with me, they know a question I always ask, and I follow the energy. And so when I talk about following the energy here, I want you to notice inside of yourself when I ask you these questions, because I'm going to ask you the first thing that comes to mind. And I want you to notice inside of yourself, how do you feel? What are the feelings that come up? What are the emotions? And then what are the thoughts? Do you get tight in a certain part of your body? Do you pop off out of your head and leave your body? Or do you turn and want to run away? What's the actual feeling that comes up for you? Because the answer to the question isn't that important. It's what the energy does. Where does the energy send you? Does it send you into the light and feeling good about yourself? Or does it tend to send you into a downward spiral? And so what we look at here is, what can we do about it? And how do we unravel it? And what I want to give you a little bit of a glimpse on how I see the energy playing out is, we come back to the teaching on consciousness. And we all know, and everyone is, you guys all on here know that we are souls. So we know we're the light. Nothing more, nothing less. And our thought constructs and our emotions are triggered by energy waves just passing through. But we know we're the light. So if we know we're the light, we know that, hold on, we are always safe. And when I say no, for the depth of that knowingness inside of you, as you become more peaceful with yourself, deepens and it becomes sturdier. At the start, you can say, oh yeah, I know I'm the light. Yeah, that's because that's what they say in the scriptures or the books, or that's what everyone keeps rambling on about. But you don't have a lot of faith. You don't really know how to trust it. And so for you, it's like standing on a razor blade and on the edge of a razor blade, and your mind is trying to tell you, trying to control you. It's keeping you in the lost. Yet when we allow ourselves to stop and become present in the moment, we can then begin to see everything that's going on around us. But it takes courage. And it's the courage to cop it sweet. It's the courage to walk against the crowd, so to speak. It's the courage to know what's true for you. And there's one thing that when I see people with this deep anxiety and fear, they're not wrong. They're just where they're at. Yet when they're ready to take responsibility, they will begin to be able to step up into it. And it's them taking responsibility for themselves. And when we do this, we are able to make the change. Now, I've had fear and anxiety pop up, and I watch in my life over the years, and I would watch it pop up, and now I watch it pop up, and I am actually amused by the stories that it can tell me. But I'm very aware of the emotions that come with it. And at times I will watch the energy, just, because it just flows through and it comes up, and you'll get a story come up and you watch it and you notice the story, and then you notice the emotions, and then you notice your mood. And you go, wow, look how fast I go. Meow. And yet when you're sitting there noticing it, you're sitting back and you're observing yourself going through this process. And it's can be quite interesting at times on what to do with it. So what I want to get us to do is actually give you this simple, very simple little exercise of actually just stepping into the light and being very gentle with yourself. Because some of you get scared about things that are coming on or going on in your life. It could be the anxiety of going for a job interview. It could be the anxiety of whether your business is going to do well. It could be the anxiety of, you want to go to the COVID thing and going down that rabbit hole into the, got to wear mask, don't wear mask, quack, 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 whatever it is. It's just whatever it is. It's on the fear base and all around that. And it could be the anxiety or the fear of how are you going to pay your rent, or how are you going to pay this or whatever. And they're all stories. If you look at any of those stories, they are all external, outside of you. And you look at them and you go, oh, yeah, getting a job. Hold on, where am I putting my power? If you look at the anxiety around getting a job, you look at yourself, hold on, where am I putting my power? Am I worried about what they're going to think and whether they are going to accept me? So the anxiety is around rejection. Yet when you sit in the wholeness of love of yourself, and you know yourself as loving kindness, and you sit in the light and know that you're beautiful and know that you're divine, and there is an opportunity for you may be able to share your energy with this other organization. And all you're going to do is go in there and see whether they want to dance with you. It's like dancing with the energy of that organization. And that's merely all it is. Yeah, that's looking at it pretty abstractly. But I know when you walk into a job and the first time it's like, It's a little bit scary. Yet you go there, and if you can find that peace inside of yourself, and you can come back to that light knowing that you're perfect and you're okay, and then if your heart is pure and you're wanting to do the best for that job, then you will shine up, you will turn and step up to that. And you will hold that space. When you look at yourself going into the energy on taking your business to the next level or whatever, and you look at the fear or the anxiety that comes with that. The fear and the anxiety that comes with that is that where is it that you do not know yourself as wholeness? Where is it that you are not knowing yourself as being that already? So one of the things that you look at the fear and the energy there is we have the energy of wanting to take your business to that level. What are you doing when you're wanting? You know you are putting out the energy of believing that you do not already have it. So remember I talked to you guys in an earlier video about perceiving yourself at that vibration already. When you're wanting it, you're looking up. When you perceive yourself at that vibration, you know yourself as that. When you know yourself as that, you are sitting in joy, you are sitting in gratitude, you are sitting in love, and you are seeing the opportunities around. When you are wanting it and wanting to grow your business, you're trying, it can sort of come like from an energy of scarcity, where you're trying to scramble up. You have forgotten who you are. When we take personal responsibility for that, we sit in our power, our knowingness in self, and go, boom, here I am. I am that vibration, and all I need to do is allow myself to align with it, and then those opportunities are going to come into my conscious awareness, and I am able to dance in that vibration. It's no longer getting away from or trying to get to. You already know yourself as that. When it comes to being health in the current climate, you can know yourself as health. Or you can know yourself as live in the fear of what the media is saying, what this expert's saying over there, through their belief systems, on their view of the world, through their training and through their blah, 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 blah. And they may be really good and they'll have the best intentions for you. But remember, it's their belief systems. It's their view of the world. The question you come back to ask yourself is, what's the truth? And if you get a story come up in your head going, yeah, it's da-da-da-da, that's not the truth. That's a story. The truth comes in and it is just like a mountain. It's just like, boom, it's just there. It's silent, it's peaceful, it's surety, and it's just knowingness. It's like the sun. It's like the sun. It's just boom. The sun doesn't try and be bright. The sun just is. And it's that knowingness in yourself. My daughter rang me yesterday and asked to come and have a healing. And she's very much Western medicine to the nth degree. Dad, you're just a woo-woo, rah-rah. But she texted me. She's had a virus for a couple of weeks. She works in a doctor's office, and she come in and she looked like shit. And she said, I didn't want to give you the virus. And I went, no, that's all right. You won't give me the virus. You won't give me any virus. I'll choose to take it if I want. But she came in and she was feeling sick. And she said she hasn't been able to get herself better on just taking the pills and whatever medication she's on. And the thing for me is, as I was working with her on the table, I had just nothing but love for the virus. And the virus, it sort of, we had a conversation, as I do with most things, and it just toddled off. So yeah, its job was to bring her to me to be able to do the energy work. She was open enough to do the energy work so she could tap into something that she's been trying to let go of inside of her. So the virus of her getting sick and things like that was just, she needed to get put into a place before she would finally reach out and ask for my help. And I felt so blessed that the energy, that the virus had helped her with that. She got up off the table. She's feeling a lot better. Her eye was still weepy and stuff was still going on. And yes, she'll come right, but at the end of the day, she'll be fine. But the thing that I got with it, and when I was working with her, is that she had to be put into a place where she had to allow herself to open. It's like there was nowhere else to go. So I finally go and see Dad. And she come and, you know, we giggled about it. And I told her, I says, good virus, bring you here. I says, finally got you here. And she is giving me heaps of grief about it. But anyway, at the end of the day, we got done what we needed to get done. And she was able to go away in a lot better place than when she arrived. And that's all that's important. But she was caught in the anxiety and the fear of what was going on. She was caught in worrying about what it was going to do to me. I said, Sash, I take personal responsibility for my health. I keep my vitamins. I take the vitamins that I need to take to keep myself healthy, to keep my immune system going. So it's good. And I also do my practices. I burn the energy constantly. So, you know, this is okay. And that's my belief system. So, of course, that's my reality. So the thing that I want to get you guys to look at there, and then we look at the money. Hold on, the other one that I want you to look at was the money and the scarcity about the paying of the bills, or how am I going to get through things? When you go into anxiety around the finances and the bills and things like that, where are you coming from? Abundance or lack? And if you're worrying about the bills, you know you're coming from lack. And when you look at the bills, imagine the orb. I always say this, there's an orb. There's wealth and abundance and opulence up here, scarcity and lack down here. All you're doing is you've got your attention focused the wrong way. And you're focusing on pretending that you don't have it. The money always turns up. It always does. And so we just allow it. Oh, that's what I need. I need more clients, or I need more sales, or I need more blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, they just turn up. When you allow yourself to get out of the way, the flow will happen. So knowing this, or having an awareness of this, having the intellectual understanding of this, we know that we can then change. We know that we can then create a reality that we desire. And much like our anxiety that we get, or the fear that we get, if we focus on the anxiety, we get more anxiety. It's like if you're cold and you want to warm up, do you focus on the cold? If you focus on the cold, you feel cold. If you're cold and you want to warm up, you focus on, how do I heat myself up? I put a sweater on. I turn the heater on. I put another log on the fire. Cook me up some bacon and some beans. Good Kenny Rogers song. And the thing that you look at is you focus on where you're wanting to go. So what I'm going to get you to do here is I'm going to get you to step into your little bit of anxiety that you have, or your little bit of fear that you may have. And you know that if it's there, you are out of infinite possibilities focusing on one, or the energy is pulling you to one that is not very nice, that is not a nice, is not a pleasant outcome. And it can be just doing that, and what you'll find, it may not be you consciously, no, I'm positive and you're really good, but there may be an undercurrent that tends to pull you there. And it can be from a past memory that you had. But all I want you to do is I want you to imagine in your mind that you are in a room and you're standing by a light switch. You're standing in the doorway just by the light switch. And by the light switch, there's a dimmer. So as you're standing in this room of this anxiety, of what's there for you, I want you to think of your anxiety. And I want you to ask your question, you know, what are you scared of? What are you anxious about? First answer that pops in your head, and go ahead, just put it there. That's it. and just allow yourself to see it. And the question that you ask after that is why? Why are you fearful of that? And the question that you ask about why you're fearful of that, you are not looking for the answer. You are looking to see what the energy does. And what I mean by that, for you that can't see energy like I do, is what are the feelings that come up in your body? Where does it go? And you track it. And I always have this lovely image in my mind of like a little weasel or a stoat chasing a hare. When the stoat or weasel gets on the, and this is because I saw this as a kid on the farms in New Zealand, gets on the weasel's scent, it just toddled along behind it, and the hare runs away, down, bounds off, and we would hear them at night. But that hare bounds off, and the stoat just follows along. And what would happen is the hare would get tired in the end, and the stoat's just coming along, and then you would hear it screaming because it knows that death is coming. And the stoat would then do its thing, do the stoat thing. It was nature doing nature. And it was interesting when I, as a kid, to see it, you know, because I saw it. And then at night you'd hear it more often. But it's interesting with the energy, and you just be like the little stoat, the little weasel, if you don't know what a stoat is, following along this anxiety energy, and you're just going following it down to see where it's going. And you are the light following this fear or this darkness or this anxiety into where it is. And what you do as you ask that question and you see that feeling in your body, it's like you're standing there in the room and you turn the light switch, you turn the dimmer up a bit. And instead of being in the darkness of the fear or the worrying about what's going on, you actually turn the light up. And as you turn the light up, you begin to see the illusion that's there. You begin to recognize, well, hold on, this is just shadows. It's not even real. And it just begins to evaporate and unravel. So as you do that, I want you to come back to your personal situation here where the anxiety in your life is, whether it be about your health, whether it be about getting a job, whether it be about finances, whether it be about selling a property, whether it be about taking your business to another level, whether it be about how you're dealing in the COVID, whether wear a mask or don't wear a mask or whatever it is for you. And allow that energy all to be there and just let it be there in your consciousness. And then just allow yourself to turn the light on up inside of yourself. Allow this consciousness, allow it to come, that fear that's there, that anxiety there, that tension that you may feel in your body. Allow the light to shine into that tension in the body. And allow it to feel in the annoyance. And you may find a frustration or an anger or something rises in you wanting to fight and go, "Argh!" and have a crack at you. Just let it come up and just keep turning the light up brighter and brighter. And then that energy that rises up that wants to have a crack at you, it just melts in the light as the light in the room comes on. And then you see it wasn't an energy trying to have a fight of you, it was a broom standing there and it was just the shadow of the broom. Or it was something on the coffee table that was throwing out a shadow and you were scared of it because you assumed it to be something else. And then you look at your life, you look at that fear in the finances, and you see the fear of it, and then you turn the light on, and you realize that it's just an illusion, and that there is a pathway through. There was just a chair standing in the way in the room that you were going to walk into, but you turn the light on, you ask to see what's going on. You allow yourself to know that you are present, and then you feel the energy of the chair, and then you move around it. And then you see your pathway through. And going for a job, you see yourself there, instead of being scared of worrying about that person on the other side of the desk with two heads and big teeth and gnarly fangs coming at you. You see them just as a beautiful being, another being of light doing their job. trying to see whether you're the best fit and your values align with theirs. And that's all that's going on. And it begins to unravel. You then bring the situation you may be trying to take your business to another level. And instead of thinking that you're needing to climb up the ladder, you realize that you're already up there. And you're just seeing this person and you're checking to see whether they align with you. And that story going on in your head that you're not good enough or that you aren't able to work in this field, and you realize and you look at it and you see it just as a little, it's like a little wind chimes, just chiming there. And you see them for what they are, just a distraction. You go off and take your wind chimes down if you want. But you see them for what they are. That's it. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. No. In there. Go in there. That's it. Go in there. And if you had to go into the next room and turn the light on there too, then go and do that. And if this so-called like the hair keeps running away, go into the next room where it's hiding, turn the light on there, and just keep following along until it gets tired and runs out of rooms to go and hide in, and you find that your whole being is just lit up like a lighthouse, and you have just got light everywhere. And you as this little stoat, you got your little stoat suit on, a weasel suit on, and you take your suit off and you just go, see, I'm the light. I'm just trying to play with you. And the rabbit or the hare or whatever it is allows itself to die into the light, and it becomes part of the light as well. That's it. There you go. And you realize that nothing needed to hurt anything else. There was just light and love. Yet, so the anxiety was only ever caused about not knowing the truth. That we're all just dancing together. It's just the dance of shades and colours. When we know this, and when we know this in ourselves, it's a beautiful way of the energy going. Good. And as you guys sit there, we're going to allow the light inside of your chest to activate and allow it to increase. And that fear that was once there, you realize was just a story. That's it, and just allow yourself to burn. Allow this light to go. Allow yourself to move into that place where you may have had that anxiety or may have had that fear. And allow yourself to move in there with comfort. And notice there can be a part, and it's funny because I feel like running down my arm. A part of you that feels maybe a little bit sheepish or a little bit foolish for having been caught. You're not foolish, you just didn't know. You forgot for a moment. And now you're just filling that part of your house, your castle, with knowingness of love for yourself. And I want you to allow yourself to turn the energy up some more, because you're going to go through a shift. There's going to be like a inside of you, and the energy's going to move. And this is like my daughter when she was on the table yesterday. And she's on the table, and I go, Sash, let go. Come on, let go. You know I've got you. And she started giggling. Because of that, she started giggling. And that, the energy moved, and her whole body just went bang. But yeah, I got you. Ha ha. And she just started laughing. And the energy did what it needed to do. The same here for you. Allow yourself to let the energy do. And all you're doing is allowing yourself in. You're saying, I'm willing to be love. I'm willing to know myself as kindness in this area. That's it. Let go, let go, let go. That's it, let go. There it comes. Let it come in, let it come in. It's just washing it. It's like water in a paper bag. The paper bag's beginning to let go. There you go. Now it's interesting because there'll be sadness. There can be sadness, there can be grief, and there'll be, it can feel like you're losing something. And that old anxiety may have been an old friend that you hung on to for a while. And it had become a friend because it's all you knew. Doubting yourself, being fearful. But now here you are. That's it. And allow this to fill out. And allow the energy just to push out, push away that doesn't serve you. That's it. And just allowing the energy to increase. Just going to turn the energy up some more. Just allowing yourself to turn the light up some more. Focus towards the light. Allow yourself to look towards the light and allow yourself to turn your dimmer switch up. Allowing that to come into full brightness. And notice the brightness inside your chest. That's it. There you go. And just allow this in. There you go. Just allow this energy. That's it there. That's it there. Allowing it. It's going to keep going. We're going to pop again. We're going to go out to another level. Just keep going. Keep going. Keep allowing yourself to expand. Allowing this energy to push through there. That's it. Just let this flow through. That's it. All those little delusions, all those little stories that you've been holding back, just allow them to wander through. Beautiful. There you go. And taste the sweetness of it. And you bring your attention back to that first thought you may have written down, which you were actually scared of. And you just go, thank you. I now release you on all levels, all lifetimes, all bodies. I know myself as wholeness here. And I wish to walk forward with confidence, knowingness, and stability within myself. And nothing but love for myself and all other beings. That's it. There you go. Just sit with it. Hold, hold, hold. That's it. Hold, hold. It's going to come. There it comes. Hold. That's it. Just let it push out of you. That's the way. Just allow this energy to just push through you. That's it. Let this come out. Let it come out. Let it come out. There it goes. Just let that fall on the ground. All is just an old bit of blur. There you go. Then allow that energy to flow. You'll feel the energy flowing through you. Yeah. For some of you, you need to bring your attention up into the head because the energy is flowing through your heart. Yet when you bring your energy up into your head to go be able to take steps on where you want to go, and just allow the energy from the heart to move up into your head. That's it, moving up, and that's it. Keep going, keep going. That's it. There's moving up into the head. Notice if you've got a resistance inside of you that's wanting to try and fight this darkness or fight this resistance. If you put your hand up to that, go, I'm caught again. Because that darkness and that resistance is nothing more than the darkness in the room. Turn the light up. And you feel the resistance, because I can feel it in my head. I can feel the resistance here. And you just turn the light up. What happens when you turn the light up? The resistance isn't wrong. The resistance is just darkness that comes in. It's like at night when the sun goes down and the darkness comes, the darkness isn't wrong. It's just the sun's gone down. You go, oh, that's all that's happened. And so when you've got your focus with your light going in a certain direction and it's like a spotlight focusing in a certain direction, behind it there will be darkness because the light's not on that. As soon as you turn the light back around, the light is on it and the darkness is gone. And remember, so just remembering to put yourself into the focusing on where the light is. And the more you illuminate, you begin to have light all around you. And no matter where you are, the light is there. So you try and be anxious and fearful if you're standing in the light everywhere. In any moment, you're standing in the light. Come back to being in that moment. And then everything just falls away. But it's a practice to remember. And this is your personal responsibility. Because if you can do it, you change your life. And if you can change your life, you change the lives of everyone around you. Because your vibration changes. Your frequency changes. When you go and stand beside somebody and you are in that place of loving kindness, they're going to get a different experience if you go and stand by, if you went and stood by them in fear and anxiety. Slightly different vibration. I know which one I prefer. And you go and allow yourself to stand in that and play. And it's just taking that step. Okay? So just allow yourself to there. Remember, turn the dimmer switch up. Turn the light up. That's it. And just allow the light. There you go. Notice the noise in the background. And if you've ever been to a concert and you see them up on stage and the lights are all on them and they're playing their guitars or singing or quacking like ducks or talking or doing whatever they're doing, they're in the light. And I know when you're on stage and you're looking out and it's dark in there, you can't see anyone. There's just darkness. You can hear the noise, but you cannot see. Or you can see a little way out, but then it gets darker. And you know they're there. You know it's there, but you're in the light. And everyone that's there at a concert, you know, you think of people that are watching a band, they would love to be the experience of being in that light, being the one performing to everyone else. Well, you can be in your life. Be that light, be that performer. And those out in the darkness who want to love to be you. And you guys are the same. You guys do that. Okay? So, it's just a simple way to touch anxiety. Enjoy, guys. Have an awesome, awesome day and keep smiling. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.